Hey, it's Danny from Conscious Calisthenics here. So this is going to be an amazing response video that I'm really excited to be making. And I never expected this carnivore teacher, who is actually one of the most well-known people in the carnivore movement, for promoting it. And he is known as Dr. Shawn Baker. And he actually created this video called Carnivore Zealots. And you can see that I am behind him on his green screen. So we're going to watch this video together and I will respond accordingly.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about carnivore zealotry. Let's talk about zealotry in general. This guy behind me, he goes by the name of Sunfruit Dan.
And this actually used to be an alter ego of mine on YouTube. I haven't called myself that for a very long time, but no way saying that. He's just listened to other people that made response videos on me and not done as much research into me as he could have.
Now, he is, until recently, a very huge vegan proponent. He was apparently a fruitarian, maybe living in Hawaii. I know a lot of...
No, I live in Koh Phangan, Thailand, never lived in Hawaii. I was vegan for 6 years, and 2 years of that journey at the start, I was eating a predominantly fruit-based diet. And then for the last 4 years, I did it twice for 30 days in a row. The rest of the time I was eating a variety of mostly whole foods, some raw, some cooked, that were plant-based. But yeah, again, he's just listened to some other people and not done some thorough research.
He inspired many, many vegans to go vegan, and many of them adopted a fruit-based fruitarian lifestyle.
Years and years and years ago, a lot of people liked me for the fruitarian thing, but a lot of people have been following me for a long time and actually going on a whole food, plant-based vegan diet. Mostly, at least the people that decided they wanted to eat a similar diet to me. So that's not true.
And, you know, he would be considered a zealot, and the reason I say that is because he promoted his diet, he promoted his belief, despite the truth, which he now tells us, that he's no longer a vegan. And this is him, you know, sort of complaining about. Check out his YouTube channel. I think it's called Conscious Calisthenics, and he's talking about how awful the vegan diet made him feel. His sex drive went away. He was ravenously eating, just could never feel right. Finally had to quit. And he goes back in his other video and says, I was never really vegan. So,
and actually, if you looked at the video, it was a clickbait video, the title specifically, and I was talking about so many people that commented on my videos when I said I was no longer vegan, said you were never vegan, vegans never quit. So yeah, like, and I wasn't lying that I wasn't thriving on a vegan diet. I wasn't thriving for the last 3 months of my journey on a vegan diet. And then I learned once eating loads of animal foods for a while, even when I thought I was thriving on a vegan diet and I was feeling really good, in comparison to where I'm at now on this meat-based diet, I started to realize when I thought I was thriving on a vegan diet is not in comparison to how I'm thinking now. Everything is all relative, and now I have the experience with both diets, so I'm able to make that comparison.
Anyway, this is zealotry. And this is, you know, not what I promote. Look, you know, I think it's important to be a carnivore advocate, and I am certainly a carnivore advocate. And let's define what I mean by carnivore, because...
And he's saying that I'm a zealot, and it's like, if you look into it, a zealot is someone that is uncompromising on their beliefs. They're very dogmatic and they're very fanatical. And yes, I was very passionate about the vegan diet, but guess what, Shawn Baker? If you see some of my posts on Facebook, I said since 2015, I'd pretty much got no one on a vegan diet. I was doing it for my own reasons. And the reason why I didn't get my coaching clients to do it was because I found ketogenic and carnivore diets were actually more optimal for them to eat. And the only reason I'm sticking to a vegan diet was due to the animal ethic sides of it. So I was not forcing it on anyone at all with my own personal diet.
You know, there's like idiot vegans say you can't be a carnivore unless you have pointy fangs and claws and teeth. I mean, if you look in the dictionary, what is a carnivore diet? It's an animal that eats meat. It doesn't say anything about pointy fangs and claws. Remember, whales eat meat. They don't have teeth. Venus flytraps eat meat. They don't have teeth and claws and can't run fast. I mean, it's just, you know, the silly argument that these vegan clowns make. But
Yeah, and I agree. Those vegan clowns make those stupid arguments time and time again. And we as humans are different to all other animals. We have been able to create weapons and other various things to hunt down animals when we used to live in a natural environment. And if you look back, there is archaeological findings where around 1.9 million years ago, they've actually found that we were creating our own fires. And obviously you could just get a stick and put meat on there and cook it over the fire.
You know, from zealotry. So this is me a little while ago. This is the condition I'm in. You know, I'm about to turn 53. I am a lifetime guys, never taken drugs. I don't take testosterone replacement. I don't even take supplements. I eat steak. I drink water, and I have salt. And I have and you know, particularly currently right now, as I'm getting ready to train for, or as I'm training for the World Championships in indoor rowing.
Which I have nothing to say bad about his diet whatsoever. What he's doing is really, really good. And it does give people so many amazing health benefits. And that's why I've made the switch to a carnivore-based diet. And he keeps saying I'm a zealot. And it's like, man, you got that completely wrong. You don't know what you're talking about.
Some of you say, what is indoor rowing? Well, I mean, it's a Concept 2 thing. You know, these are the current American records. And you can see I'm listed 3 times in American records, and many of my times after the age 50 are faster than guys much younger than me in their American records. And so when we look at, like, say, the 500-meter row, which is what I'll be competing in, my time of 1 minute 14 seconds is faster than guys like Jason Khalipa, CrossFit Games champion, Richard Froning, CrossFit Games champion, Mahi Drysdale, the Olympic rowing gold medalists in a single scull. They're on par with a guy called Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw is the world's strongest man guy. He won 4 world's strongest man titles, or 3 or 4. And he rowed a 114, and he is 6'8", 400 and something plus pounds. And I suspect Brian is taking medication to help him with his strength, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure. He's taking medication to help him with that. And what you need to remember is with Shawn Baker, yes, he is a very strong, fit athlete, but from what I'm aware of, he's been pretty much a lifetime athlete. And you can't necessarily say it's due to his diet that he has those results. And he is around 50 years old, but if you look at his total testosterone and his free testosterone levels, they're really bad. So let's go and take a look at them, shall we? So if you go to his website, he made a blog post on April the 20th, 2018, and here is his test results. So if you look, his total testosterone is 237 nanograms per deciliter, which is on the low end. And then if you go to this website called Andrew Hacker, which is one of the best websites out there that tells you how to optimize testosterone production and other hormones within the body, they have the highest and lowest male testosterone levels by age. And he's around 50, so he could be anywhere up to around 846. And in the low end, it's 329 or below. But he's 237, so it is way below the low range. And that is actually based on scientific research. And they're the normal levels of testosterone levels by age. But this is the average male testosterone levels with age. So on average, it would be around 546 nanograms per deciliter. But again, like I said, he's got 237, which is really, really low. And then if we go down here to look at the 3 testosterone levels, the normal range for his age, his is 5.5 pgml. And if you go down here and look, the low end is 40.6, yet he is at 5.5. That is absolutely crazy. Even a 95 to a 100-year-old, as you can see here, really shouldn't be that low. So it is chronically low. But I'm not going to be like a lot of these other people that have talked about this. What you need to take in consideration is, I actually listened to him on Joe Rogan a long time ago, and he did say that he did a lot of very hard training prior to doing these tests. So that can massively drop your free testosterone levels and your total testosterone levels. So I would actually like to see Shawn Baker take about a week off of training, go get those checked, and then see if they are still very low. And if they're still very low, then it's definitely not a good thing. So let's get back to the video at hand.
I don't know if that's going out on too much of a limb, but So a 114 is not an easy task to do. There's a guy named
True.
Anton Bondarenko, who's a 6'10" Ukrainian rower that can do it. I challenge you skinny vegans or any vegans, I don't care how much drugs you're on, go in there and get on a Concept 2 rowing machine, pull 500 meters as fast as you can, and get back to me when you can do it in under a minute 15.
And I agree. Most vegans are weak, frail, and deteriorating, very malnourished. So for a lot of them to actually achieve what he just said could be quite difficult.
I'll stand by and wait. I won't hold my breath. But, and I did this in my 50s. Okay, but carnivore zealotry. So the way I find a carnivore diet is it's a diet that focuses on animal-based nutrition. You get your nutrition from animal food, and you either limit or eliminate completely, or limit as needed plant material. So that means that some people might eat a little bit of plants here and there, right?
Yeah, and I completely agree with that.
And the reason you do that is for health, to improve or maintain or optimize your health.
And that's why I've switched to a carnivore-based diet and eliminated all vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes, and a lot of other plant foods. I have a little bit of fruit here and there, a bit of coconut water, but apart from that, it's all meat and fish mostly.
So that is how I define it. And so for me, if it comes to a point where my health is declining and I need to add something back in, I'll add it back in.
And that's really good that he's not very dogmatic at all, and he has his mind open, and he's not being a zealot.
As it turns out so far, after 3 years of not eating plants, hey, I'm doing good. I would argue I'm doing pretty damn good. You vegan idiots that think, oh, you're a diabetic, blah, blah, blah. You don't understand physiology. I mean, this is what happens in high-level athletes many times, particularly when they're engaging in sprinting-type activity. Glucose production is a product of gluconeogenesis is a product of demand. See this study on sub-elite level athletes and look at their glucose levels elevated despite being very fit, very lean, very athletic.
And what I say, he's not very dogmatic at all. I remember watching his video before talking about what's on the menu on a carnivore diet, and he's one of the most least dogmatic carnivore teachers out there. Unlike a lot of people that say you must have organs, he doesn't say you have to have organs. He doesn't say you must just eat raw meat and so forth. And yeah, what he's talking about is glucogenesis, where when you're consuming lots and lots of protein and you're not consuming carbohydrates in your diet, your body will go through this process that it will turn the protein into glucose, which will give you stable glucose levels, which is found in people time and time again on ketogenic and carnivore diets.
Fasting insulin, by the way, was 2.6, extremely low. My insulin resistance score, HOMA-IR, was extremely low when you calculate that. So, anyway, but back to carnivore zealotry. So you can advocate for 100% fully carnivorous diet. That's fine. I think that is great for people to do. I think that's what I mostly do. I mean, when I'm not eating, well, what I'm saying is when I'm not eating red meat, I might add eggs in, I might eat seafood in, I might have some dairy. Sometimes there'll be some spices and seasonings and things like that. But when I feel my best, like I do now, I feel great just on straight red meat. That's what I like. But there's other people that maybe do better a little differently. Some people will do better with 98% carnivore and they have, whatever, a few other things in there. I don't care.
And I agree with him on this. And even when I got off the fruitarian diet 4 years ago, I used to be a zealot and very dogmatic. But then I realized that putting myself in that box actually harmed me and was very dangerous to me. So I stopped being like this, and I kept my mind open to many different things. And I'd actually been researching the carnivore diet and ketogenic diet for years and years and years, and listened to a lot of teachers that don't promote a vegan diet. And I'm not like this with the carnivore diet. Or some people that I'm working with, I'm saying go on 100% beef, like Michaela Peterson, that had so many gut issues and other issues going on. Some people need to do that. Some people can have eggs, some people can have raw milk, some people can have this, but I still predominantly promote people eat mostly red meat because it's definitely one of the best meats that you could eat based on my opinion and the research that I've done on this specific subject.
The study we're doing, this is important. So we've got, and I'm very excited to announce who's doing the study and when it's coming out, but it's just not ready for public consumption yet. But we're going to be looking at people that are 100% carnivore. We're going to look at people that are 90% and 80% carnivore too. And the reason for that is we want to see what the general effect of eating mostly meat or all meat is. And we're going to distinguish between these people ate 100% and this was their result, and these people ate 90% and this was what their result is. Is there a major difference between that? Some people will say, yes, you got to be 100% carnivore. me, I'll say, for some people that's true. I'll say for some people, man, 90% works pretty damn good. So I think that is the difference between a carnivore advocate and a carnivore zealot, you know.
So yeah, I am a carnivore advocate because I am very similar to him, not a zealot. So he's like contradicting himself, but he obviously just doesn't know the full picture, and that's absolutely fine. And it's so good that he's doing this scientific research, because I keep saying to vegans time and time again, all of these scientific studies that they pull out are people eating meat. These people are normally eating loads of other crap alongside it, so they could be blaming the meat that's causing the certain issues that they say that are negative symptoms and issues they get from eating it, when it could be all of the other garbage that's in their diet. So finally, someone that is making some scientific studies on people that are actually eating a carnivore diet, so you can actually get some clear picture as to what is really going on with this type of diet.
If you're out there saying, man, you got to eat raw meat, you got to eat brains, you got to eat liver, you got to eat all this stuff, and it's the only way to do it. If you don't do that, you're stupid, and you're not really carnivore, and, you know, my way or the highway.
I never say that at all. I know Sri Ridge does like crazy. It's each to their own, but some people might want to eat all raw. Some people will do better on semi-raw. Some people fully cooked. You can eat whatever parts of the animal you want or what you don't want. It's all down to your personal preference. So what I always recommend people is try out things, see what makes you feel the best, and continue doing that.
You know, that I say bullshit. I say go fuck yourselves, dudes. You know, what I would say is,
yeah,
let's find something reasonable. Let's find something that's sustainable for people. Let's find something that works. For some people, that might be the answer, but it's not the answer for everybody. For some people, the carnivore diet is not the answer.
And it's really good what he said, something that is sustainable and easy for someone to actually do consistently and that works for them. And that's what I've noticed with him. He wants to get as many people on a carnivore diet as he possibly can. So he's not dogmatic with his approach whatsoever, which is so good, because a lot of people can be pushed off away from a diet when it starts to become all dogmatic and cultish and religious. It's just not a good way to promote a diet at all. And there's a lot of people in the carnivore movement that do that, a lot of people in the fruitarian movement, the vegan movement, and so on.
What I'm trying to promote here is this is the way I think we can help people's health. People will disagree with that. People will choose different routes. That's totally fine. For people that want to do that, I'm here to support you guys. You know, I'm here to, I wrote a book on this coming out in 6 days. Please buy the book, share it with other people. This is about helping people with a possible solution for their health problems.
And yes, that is the only reason I switched. Not to get on no dogmatic diet again and be really like zealotish with it at all. I did it because my health was suffering and I knew that my body needed to be eating these animal foods that were rich in certain nutrients that I couldn't get on a vegan diet. So doing it for one of the healthiest reasons going, to be honest. Not doing it because it's the latest fad or the latest trend or I want to fit with my friends, or doing it for some other egotistical or unhealthy reason at all.
And if we become antagonistic, zealots, irritating, annoying, if we turn into vegans, which is, one of the lowest life forms on earth.
And yeah, I even made a video, as you can see here, where I said I do not like angry vegans that hate on people and just preach and be very violent with their communication. I was never like that on my vegan journey, and I would never associate with any vegans that did this type of activism with it, because like I said many times, when I used to not be a vegan, if vegans acted like that to me, I just think, just go away. Like, I get defensive and it would make me feel aggressive and it would just completely shut me off. So it's just not a good approach at all. So I agree with him, it's not good to be like that.
Then it's a problem. So while I eat 100% red meat diet most of the time, and I think it's great, I think many people would do wonderful on that, and I think it's sustainable, and I think it's healthy.
And same, I eat a mostly 100% beef diet the majority of the time.
I think it's health promoting. I think we should step back and say, let's let people have some choice in that.
Yeah.
Many people gravitate to that anyway, and they'll find the same thing that I do, that's what works for them. There's some people out there that'll say, man, I love carnivore, I'll do it 90% of my meals, and I want to eat some fruit every once in a while. I want to have a bowl of ice cream every once in a while. That's fine too. That's so much better than the standard American diet, and so much more sustainable. Think about that.
Yeah, it's really good to have that approach, because a lot of people can just be so restrictive and dogmatic with their diet and be like, I'm not going to eat this and that and that. And a lot of time is setting themselves up to fail, and it's just not a good thing whatsoever.
You've got options there. You can, the average person, they're eating crap. They're eating Twinkies and Ho-Hos and Doritos and pizza and ice cream and cookies and cake and, processed food and Beyond Meat burgers and a little bit of meat and a little bit of food. Those people are eating a shit fucking diet, right? If you want to get them off that, you can say, hey, just eat that, but cut your calories, man. Just cut your calories. Be strong. I know. The potato chip company says you can't just eat one, but you can just eat one. I promise you. You can just eat one. Yeah, maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't.
It definitely doesn't happen. It's just a market employ.
Or you go plant-based. Get rid of all that crap. Get rid of all that awful meat. Yeah, the meat's bad for you. But also get rid of the sugar and the processed grains and the seed oils and all that other stuff. But it's really the meat that's bad for you, right?
And this is what I mentioned in a video time and time again as I've been off my vegan journey. So many people that switch from a standard American diet to a vegan plant-based diet say, oh wow, I've got all these amazing benefits and it's due to all the plant foods they're eating. But a lot of time it's due to all of the other crap that they removed out of their diet. And then they say, well, meat's bad and dairy bad and this and that because now I'm thriving on a vegan diet. And it's like, you just got rid of a lot of the things that weren't making you feel good whatsoever.
And then just eat the quinoa, eat the lentils, eat the kale. So fucking good.
Eat the lectins, eat the oxalates, eat the phytates and all these other anti-nutrients and plant toxins. No, don't do that.
So you have choice. Is that sustainable? It wouldn't be sustainable for me. That stuff tastes like shit.
And it wasn't sustainable for me, just like so many other vegans that do it long term.
Fucking eating weeds and eating leaves is not sustainable in my view. Eating a bunch of gassy beans is not sustainable in my view. For me, for many people, I'd rather have steak and eggs, man.
Me too. I'd rather have that as well.
I'd rather have a nice juicy ribeye. I'm gonna have 2 ribeyes for breakfast this morning.
And I'm gonna have a ribeye today, which I eat pretty much every single day.
One of them was Wagyu, by the way. It's gonna be delicious.
Oh, yummy. Japanese beef.
That's enough ranting for today. Don't be a zealot. Be an advocate. Support the community.
Agreed.
Help spread the message.
Yep.
Man, looking forward to this study.
So am I.
Looking forward to changing the world, guys. You guys are a big part of that. Can't do it without you. Looking forward to the new website launching soon.
Woo!
I want to say things, but people are like, don't say anything yet. Don't say anything yet. So, anyway, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day and take care.
So yeah, that is the end of that response video. I put a link down below for it and you can check out his YouTube channel. Definitely check out his own personal website. Also, I think he runs meatheals.com, which is a really amazing website. But yeah, if you'd like me to respond to anyone else, let me know down below. I'll be making one where I'm responding to Happy Healthy Vegan. They made one on me, which is really amazing. Really happy about that. And if you've got any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to receive a lot more videos from me on a regular basis. So enjoy the rest of your day and catch you on the flip side. Peace.